After a year of only using the Steam Deck for most of my gaming handheld needs, it's time to finally lay my sweet prince to rest, because my Legion Go S is here, baby, and goddamn, this thing is cool as hell. Honestly, I never thought I'd be making this video, because a year ago when I bought the ROG Ally, I hated that I had to spend half a day setting it up before I could just get into playing games. That's why I returned for the Steam Deck, a device that is very easy to use with a console-like experience, and probably one of the best gaming handhelds you could buy for the money. But my once perfect device that I spent many hours on a toilet bowl playing Balatro has become very outdated compared to these newer, beefier PC handhelds. A few months ago, when I first saw the Legion Go S, I didn't think it was worth spending that type of money to replace my Steam Deck. But as the months went by, and my Steam Deck could barely play the Oblivion remaster, I felt it was time I gave a Windows handheld another try. I pre-ordered the Legion Go S Z1 Extreme model a few weeks ago, and it actually showed up the night before it was set to ship. As soon as I turned this thing on, I was blown away by how beautiful the screen was compared to my Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is best for someone who has no patience and wants to just turn something on and get to gaming. The Legion Go S is the exact opposite of that. It took me the last 2 days just setting up and downloading all the games I wanted to test on this, mostly because I had to go to a barbecue, but if I had a full day, it probably would have taken less time. Once I got through all the Windows nonsense and downloaded my games, I immediately played the Oblivion remaster and could not believe how smooth it was running. It was hitting 30 FPS, sure, but the environment looked so damn good, and there was no noticeable lag when it came to the gameplay. Being a Windows device, this also means I can play games like Call of Duty and Destiny since they require anti-cheat software, something the Steam Deck can't do because it's running on Linux. I have not played Destiny 2 in over a year, so when this booted up and I jumped into a Crucible match to dust off my Hunter, I was absolutely in shock with how well this played. I was able to get 200 FPS while running around firing off my Ace of Spades, and I'm not gonna lie, I shed a little tear. There are a couple of versions of the Legion Go S, making this product a bit confusing though, but let me break it down for y'all. Back in February, a Legion Go S Windows version released that ran on the Z2 Go chip. Unfortunately, the Z2 Go chip sucks, and this handheld was met with mixed reviews. That's why I waited to get the Z1 Extreme model. This version of the handheld is jam-packed with 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage. It runs on the AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme chip, the same one that's in the ROG Ally X. It has a 55-watt battery and a beautifully gigantic 8-inch IPS 120Hz display. And it comes in white like the one that released back in February, and you know I want a handheld in white, baby. This gaming handheld is stacked, and because of that, it ended up costing a whopping $976 after taxes. Then there are 2 dark purple versions of the device that runs on SteamOS. One of them has the same internals running on the Z1 Extreme, but coming in around $70 cheaper because you're essentially not paying for the Windows 11 key. And the other is the cheapest of them, coming in at $599, running on that crappy Z2 Go chip. Both of these devices are fully supported by Valve, being the first ever third-party SteamOS handheld. Originally, I wanted to get this, but I figured I already own a Steam Deck and I wanted the ability and versatility the Windows device had. But this gaming device is not for the faint of heart, as I started to find out while trying to dock it to my TV. Like an idiot, I kept forgetting this is basically a computer, but shrunk down into a handheld device form. So when I docked it to my TV and it wouldn't automatically show up on there the way that my Steam Deck did, I of course called Bob, who compared me to his mom since I had no idea what I was doing. I was casting my Legion Go S to the TV and had to go into the settings, again because it's a computer, and change the device's displays. After feeling like a total moron, I fired up some Destiny 2 and found it was really hard to play as it looked awful blown up on my 55-inch TV. And that was due to tearing, and I'm sure it's something that I can fix in the settings, but I just wanted to quickly see how it docked to my TV. This is probably my only complaint about the device so far, but again, this was on me. A lot of people also rip on these Windows devices for not being handheld friendly. It takes a good chunk of time to set it up and a lot of updating and downloading drivers and getting this thing personalized to your liking. Part of me misses the easy to use Steam Deck, but I actually really love spending time screwing around with the Legion Go S. When I first shut off Oblivion, I opened up Chrome and started watching videos on YouTube as if this thing was an iPad or a small laptop. It felt so natural and so right. Kind of like how it feels to use Guy Wipes, which is this video's sponsor sponsor. Oh my god, a sponsor. Have you ever crapped yourself at the diner after eating something covered in cheese and you were full of so much shit you had to throw out your underwear, but the toilet paper wasn't cutting it? Guy wipes could easily clean up that nasty, shameful mess, no problem. Made from the same materials astronauts use to clean their asses in space, this smooth, wet cloth will make you feel like a fresh baby's bottom. It's weird when things are compared to a smooth baby's ass, but that's besides the point. If you're ever in a situation, I just coined that phrase, you can't steal it or I'll sue, you need Guy Wipes. Guy Wipes is a fictional company, and this was a fictional sponsor they had, and it hopes to catch the attention of companies wanting to sponsor my future videos. If you already own the Steam Deck but are looking to get more out of your gaming handheld experience and either have the money to spend or are using a firm to put it on a payment plan, then I think the Legion Go S is well worth buying. Like the Steam Deck, this device really opened up my world when it comes to what I can play on my couch while my wife watches Chopped. If you don't own a Steam Deck but are hesitant to get a Windows gaming handheld that costs so much, the ROG Ally X is $100 less and runs on the same Z1 Extreme chip and will get you close to the same gameplay experience as the Legion Go S. And as for my Steam Deck, I don't plan on retiring it just yet, so don't freak out. It is still the easiest handheld to use, especially when docking it to my TV or just turning it on and jumping into gaming. I really do prefer Steam to Windows when it comes to these gaming handhelds, and now that Valve has released an official SteamOS download for the Legion Go S, I plan on installing that soon and seeing how it runs on my very new, very cool, very awesome, very expensive device. Also, I gotta say thank God for a firm, because I would have never actually bought this thing if I couldn't pay it off monthly. This economy is crazy. Alright, well, did you get the Legion Go S? If so, are you gonna stop using your Steam Deck? I plan on still using my Steam Deck. Please, just don't flip out on me. I just really do like a Windows handheld device. Alright, well, if you like this video, make sure you share it with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much to everybody who has been subscribing. Alright, goodbye.